Welcome, dear viewers, to a world where darkness and mysticism meet in the creepiest forms. Here, in this abandoned corner of the internet, we will delve into the darkest corners of the human imagination. Prepare for awe-inspiring horror, as each of our stories is imbued with sinister secrets that lurk in the darkness of the night. Scary stories that remain beyond your imagination are waiting for you on our channel. Don't forget to turn on the lights, get comfortable, and hold on tight, because now we are going into the world of nightmares. Are you ready for it? Then welcome to our scary story. The quiet town nestled at the edge of a dense, ominous forest was no stranger to eerie mysteries. Week after week, people mysteriously vanished, leaving the town gripped in fear and confusion. The local residents were paralyzed with anxiety, unable to comprehend the horrors lurking just beyond the tree line. Whispers of a malevolent force spread through the community, evoking a sense of helplessness and dread. Arrival of the new sheriff. Into this unsettling environment arrived Sheriff David Foster, a man with a steadfast resolve and an unwavering sense of duty. His appointment was intended to shed light on the unnerving disappearances that plagued the town. As he drove into the heart of the town, surrounded by the towering trees and the unnaturally thick mist, he felt an inexplicable sense of foreboding. Sheriff Foster was a seasoned law enforcement officer, but nothing in his past experience could prepare him for the palpable darkness that shrouded this town. His steely eyes scanned the area, absorbing the eerie stillness that clung to the air. He knew he had his work cut out for him, a sense of urgency propelling him to get to the bottom of the town's unsettling secret. The town had a rustic charm, with quaint houses and streets seemingly devoid of life. Children played quietly, their laughter muffled by the uneasy silence that hung in the air. The townspeople cast wary glances in his direction, their expressions a mix of hope and apprehension. They sought reassurance in his arrival, a beacon of hope against the encroaching darkness. After settling into the modest sheriff's office, Sheriff Foster began poring over reports and gathering information about the disappearances. The victims varied in age, gender, and occupation, making it impossible to discern a pattern. The only commonality was that all the disappearances happened within the vicinity of the menacing forest. He decided to visit the families of the missing persons, hoping to gather more insight into their last moments and perhaps uncover any potential leads. Each story he heard was heartbreaking, the sudden vanishing of a loved one, leaving behind nothing but confusion and anguish. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of crimson and gold, Sheriff Foster ventured to the edge of the woods. The forest seemed to come alive with eerie whispers, the rustling leaves hinting at the secrets hidden within. He could feel the weight of centuries of secrets pressing upon him, a burden he was determined to unravel. With a flicker of determination in his eyes, Sheriff Foster stepped into the looming darkness, ready to confront the malevolent force that lurked within the shadows. He knew that in order to save the town and its people, he would have to confront the horrors that lay hidden in the heart of the forbidding forest. With unwavering determination, Sheriff David Foster embarked on his quest to uncover the chilling secrets hidden within the heart of the forest. He had spent days gathering information, interviewing townsfolk, and meticulously examining the locations of the disappearances. As he delved deeper into the mysteries, a grim pattern began to emerge, one that pointed directly at the looming forest. The townspeople, once reluctant to discuss their fears, gradually opened up to Sheriff Foster. They shared their own tales of unease, describing nights when eerie howls echoed through the woods, chilling them to their core. Others spoke of strange symbols etched onto trees and stones near the forest's edge. Superstitions and legends about the forest had long been whispered in hushed tones, but now they seemed more than just folklore. The sheriff's office had become a hub of activity, with maps, witness statements, and photographs scattered across his desk. He meticulously studied the information, trying to find any connections between the victims. Yet, the elusive nature of the disappearances continued to confound him. Signs of the unusual. One chilly evening, as Sheriff Foster scoured the outskirts of the forest, he stumbled upon something that sent a shiver down his spine. Deep in the underbrush, he discovered peculiar footprints, large and wolf-like, but eerily human in their intricacy. They were unlike anything he had ever seen before. His fingers traced the outlines of the prints, his mind racing to comprehend the implications. Further exploration led him to discover strange symbols etched onto tree trunks, symbols that seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy. They were reminiscent of ancient pagan markings, invoking a sense of dread that gnawed at the edges of his consciousness. The signs were not random but seemed deliberate, almost as if they were a message. As days turned into weeks, Sheriff Foster's suspicion grew. He began to believe that the forest itself held the key to the mysteries plaguing the town. He couldn't shake the feeling that something supernatural, something otherworldly, was at play. The forest, with its tangled depths and ominous shadows, held untold secrets, and he was determined to unravel them. The Call of the Wild. One fateful night, as a full moon cast an eerie glow over the forest, Sheriff Foster felt an irresistible pull, a call from the wild that he could not ignore. His instincts, sharpened by years of experience, urged him deeper into the forest, even as reason told him to turn back. Armed with a flashlight in his resolve, he ventured into the inky darkness. The forest seemed alive, its every whisper and rustle echoing with a primal energy. The howls, once distant and unsettling, now felt like a beckoning invitation. He moved cautiously through the underbrush, guided by an unseen force. With every step, the forest seemed to close in around him, its ancient secrets drawing him closer to a truth he was both desperated to uncover and terrified to confront. As he pressed deeper into the forest's heart, he could feel that he was getting closer to the answers he sought. But what awaited him in the shadowy depths of the woods was a revelation that would shatter his understanding of reality and plunge him into a nightmarish world where the line between man and beast, human and monster, blurred into something unimaginable. Sheriff David Foster's relentless investigation took a decisive turn as he unraveled a chilling correlation. The disappearances consistently coincided with the nights of the full moon. This unsettling revelation sent shivers down his spine, prompting him to delve into the ancient legends and folklore surrounding lycanthropy. Guided by the threads of folklore, the sheriff started to connect the dots. The enigmatic symbols, the ominous footprints, and the lunar cycle seemed to converge towards a terrifying truth. An entity that was more than human, something that had been lurking in the shadows of the forest for centuries. Haunted by the knowledge that he was dealing with a creature straight out of nightmares, Sheriff Foster resolved to confront the monster and end the reign of terror that had gripped the town for so long. Armed with knowledge and courage, he set out to face the beast that had haunted the lives of the town's residents. Confrontation with horror. The night of the next full moon arrived, casting an ethereal glow across the desolate forest. Sheriff Foster, fueled by a mix of fear and determination, ventured deep into the woods, following the invisible trail left by the monster. The air was thick with tension, every rustle of leaves and distant howl adding to the eerie ambiance. Suddenly, a primal snarl shattered the stillness of the night. Heart pounding, the sheriff swung his flashlight toward the sound, revealing a pair of glowing, predatory eyes. Before him stood the creature, a grotesque fusion of man and wolf, its fur matted with blood and its fangs bared in a menacing snarl. The beast lunged at him, its movements swift and unnerving. Sheriff Foster's training and instincts kicked in, and he managed to evade the initial attack. A fierce struggle ensued, the sheriff grappling with the monstrous entity in a desperate bid for survival. The creature's primal strength was overwhelming, and its feral ferocity made it a formidable adversary. With each bone-chilling growl and every swipe of the creature's razor-sharp claws, the sheriff fought to stay alive. He realized that this was a battle not just for his life, but for the safety of the town and its people. Adrenaline surged through his veins, giving him the strength to push back against the relentless assault. Despite the creature's bestial strength, Sheriff Foster managed to land a solid blow, temporarily incapacitating it. Seizing the opportunity, he staggered backward, desperately searching for a way to gain the upper hand. The forest seemed to close in around them, bearing witness to this primal clash between man and monster. Summoning all the strength he had left, the sheriff made a fateful decision. He pulled out a vial containing a concoction he had prepared, hoping it would incapacitate the creature. With a swift motion, he threw the vial towards the beast, hitting it square in the chest. A deafening howl of agony filled the air as the creature convulsed, succumbing to the effects of the elixir. In the moments of the creature's weakness, Sheriff Foster acted swiftly, apprehending the beast and binding it securely. The realization hit him. The monster was once a man, cursed to transform into a nightmarish creature under the full moon's influence. As the first light of dawn broke, revealing the horrors of the night, the sheriff knew that this was only the beginning. The creature was now in his custody, but he had to uncover the mystery behind the curse and find a way to break it, lest the town remain forever in the clutches of this dark and ancient affliction. The moon hung low in the night sky, casting an eerie silver light that danced through the twisted branches of the forest. Sheriff David Foster stood face to face with the cursed creature, a terrifying union of man and wolf. The air was thick with tension, the looming battle about to reach its grisly peak. As the creature lunged, Sheriff Foster fought valiantly, the struggle between them a chaotic dance of fangs and claws. Each strike carried the weight of an entire town's fears and hopes. The beast's eyes glinted with malice, its snarls echoing through the darkness as it fought to break free. The forest bore witness to their relentless battle, the ground becoming a canvas of blood and fur. The sheriff fought with determination, his every move fueled by the need to protect the innocent. The creature fought desperately, driven by the dark force that gripped its soul. In the moonlight's pale glow, the shadows seemed to come alive, twisting and contorting as if urging on the horror. Each moment was a fight for survival, a testament to the strength of will against the primal urge for bloodshed. It was a battle between a man sworn to protect and a creature bound by an ancient curse. Revelation of the mystery. Amidst the ferocious struggle, flashes of memory surged through the sheriff's mind. Memories of a lifelong past, a tale of love and loss that had culminated in a cruel fate. The creature, once a man named Lucas, had been cursed by a vengeful force, seeking retribution for a past transgression. In a moment of clarity, Sheriff Foster pieced together the tragic tale. Lucas had been accused of a crime he did not commit, condemned by the very people he had sworn to protect. The weight of the false accusation had twisted his fate, forever binding him to the shadows as a creature of the night. Driven by empathy and a newfound understanding, the sheriff fought not only for the town's safety, but also to end the cursed existence that tormented Lucas. He yearned to break the shackles of the ancient curse, to free the soul trapped in the creature's savage form. Victory or defeat? With an adrenaline-fueled surge of strength and purpose, Sheriff Foster gained the upper hand. As the moon dipped below the horizon, weakening the creature, he seized the opportunity to administer a substance that would suppress the curse temporarily. The once fearsome beast was reduced to a wounded man, gasping for breath. Through the gasps and pleading eyes of the now human Lucas, Sheriff Foster saw a glimmer of remorse and a desperate desire for redemption. He realized that victory was not solely about defeating the monster, but also about offering a chance for healing and forgiveness. In that moment of compassion, the sheriff made a choice. He chose to break the cycle of violence and vengeance. He promised to help Lucas find a way to lift the curse, to seek forgiveness and redemption for the crimes he had committed as a creature of the night. The final scene unfolded, the moon giving way to the rising sun, signaling the end of a long, harrowing night. The town had witnessed the battle, the sacrifice, and the triumph of compassion over darkness. The shadows of the past began to dissipate, and as the sun bathed the forest in a warm glow, hope blossomed in the hearts of the townspeople. The town had changed forever, not just because the terror had been vanquished, but because they had witnessed the power of empathy and redemption. In the end, Sheriff Foster's actions had not only saved lives, but had illuminated the path to healing and forgiveness, leaving an indelible mark on the community and its collective soul.